Hello, we're live. Welcome to Makers TV. We're up to episode 28, and today I want to talk to you about mapping out your customer journey. And the reason that I want to talk about that today is that I spent last week doing that, and I have an example. Something I prepared earlier. So I have these really big sheets of paper because I had some leftovers of my printed wall planner when I printed those a few years ago. And so the weekend was spent mapping out my customer journey. And every time I went to do a new section of the journey, my dog would lie right on the new piece of paper that I was using. Thank you, Gerds, very much, because I was working on the floor. So I do actually have two versions. This is the cleaner version that I haven't yet finished, and yes, he was lying all over that as well. Thanks, Gerds. Anyhow, so it kind of inspired me to get on here and chat to you really briefly about how you can map out your own customer journey, what a customer journey is, and perhaps why you need one. So I'll just pop up this. Oh, I didn't even say who I was. In case you're new here, I'm Michaela from the Makers Collective, and I deliver short, sharp, actionable lessons to help you strengthen your brand and grow your business. And I have something special coming up soon that I want to let you guys know about, but it's a bit of a secret still. So I'll talk about that at the end. Okay, so today we're talking about mapping out your customer journey. So most people, I would say, unless you're still like in the process of starting your business, which a lot of my audience are, but perhaps you have actually started your business and you have products and you have a selling platform of some kind. So maybe it's Etsy, maybe it's your own website. Hopefully, it could be just Facebook or Instagram, whatever it might be. You have the selling platform. So you have the platform that you're selling on and you have your products to sell. But it doesn't end there, and it certainly doesn't start there. So just because you build it doesn't mean people are going to come. And I can teach you more about how to figure out how to get people there. But for the moment, I just want you to really think about that journey of where people are beginning and then how they find you and then they purchase and then what they do afterwards. So there's just 5 questions that I want you to ask yourself and see if you can actually map out the answers to these. So number 1 is, where are your customers coming from? Where is your audience coming from? So right before they come to your website or Etsy or whatever it is, where are they coming from? Are they coming from a Google search? Are they coming from social media? Are they coming from your own Instagram? Where are those people actually coming from to then get to your website? Even then though, that starting point, I'm making hand motions, but it's over here. Even then, that's not the starting point. That's not the start of their journey. It starts before that. So before they actually click through to your website, how are they finding you? So if they're on your Facebook, how did they get onto your Facebook? So think one step back from there. How are they actually finding you? Then you also want to think about how can you help them find you. So if you don't know them personally, or you haven't said to them, come onto my Facebook page on the internet, then maybe you're meeting these people some other way. Is it at markets? So is that the starting point? You go to the market, you see them, you say, hey, come onto my Facebook page. They join your Facebook page. You put up a special of some kind. They come to your website. They make a purchase. So really thinking about those steps way, way back of where you're actually meeting these people, how they're getting to find you, and then how can you help them find you? So this is where advertising comes in. So if one of the beginning points is your Facebook page, or if you have a blog, or if you write guest posts on other people's websites or something like that, how can you then send people to that starting point? I'm doing motions again. I have to do this side instead. How can you actually send people to that starting point? So if it's your blog, for example, you want people to come and read this blog about how to use your product. How do you get people onto that? Maybe it's advertising. Maybe it's reaching out through someone else's newsletter. Maybe it's this or the other. You need to figure out how you can help people get to that starting point, and then they work through the steps. So they go to that blog, they read the thing, and then they join your Facebook page, and then you tell them about some special, or they join your mailing list. You email out a sale or what's just new releases or something like that to your mailing list, and then they come to your website, and then they make the purchase. So as part of those steps, how can they actually get to know you and your product better? Because more often than not, people are not going to click on your website straight away and just purchase straight off the bat. Especially if it's handmade items, people want to know more about who's making the item, like the background story. They want to know more about you. They want to like you. They want to know you and trust you. So how can you get them to know you better? And that's where you're thinking about things like if you have a blog attached to your website, or maybe you have a Facebook page or a VIP group that you can pop into and talk about your making process, or just a little tidbit about your life or your core values, so people can relate to you and get to know you better, and then they'll want to purchase from you. So think about how you can make that happen, and it can happen in a multitude of ways. There's not one like silver bullet way that works for everyone. So you need to work out what that might look like for you. And then the final question to ask yourself is, how can you nurture them after they make a purchase? Because the customer journey doesn't end when they click purchase, not by a long shot. That's the middle point, really, because then you want to still communicate with them. So if it's not like an instant download, they're obviously going to have to wait for their product to be sent in the mail, to be posted. So maybe you send them a follow-up email saying, thank you so much for your order. I'm making your thing now. And then you might send another one saying it's been put in the post. And then maybe a couple of weeks later, you send one saying, how did you like the product? Did it work out okay? Would you mind leaving a review? Maybe you even invite them into some special VIP other group that you have. Like, you want to foster that relationship after they make the purchase also. And as part of that customer journey, them receiving, if it's a handmade product or a physical product of any kind, you need to really think about their experience of when they receive and open the thing as well. And that all comes down to packaging and customer experience and your messaging and all that kind of stuff. So if you want any more info about any of that kind of thing, just jump onto themakerscollective.com.au and you can just search like anything that you want to know more about. So like packaging or customer experience or whatever. And that special thing that I was talking about that I am developing at the moment is kind of like a tool, I guess, that helps you work out where the weaknesses and strengths are in your business. So we want to sort of think of our business as this fantastic machine. Like when it's working really well. There's these several cogs that work together, and when they're all spinning beautifully and nice and strong and not rusty or anything, then it's working beautifully. It's a fantastic machine and it's chugging along and everything's working great and you're making a good profit and you're also growing. When one of those cogs or areas of your business is lacking or is a little bit weak, that's where stuff tends to break down. So, the cogs kind of miss a beat and it starts slipping and you feel like you're spinning your wheels. So if you are in that space at the moment where maybe you have this fantastic product and it's a good price point and your website is beautiful, but you're not making any sales, you need to be able to assess where the problem actually is, because a lot of the time people say, well, I'm not making any sales, but that's the symptom, not the cause. So we need to work out what the actual cause is and which cog or which area of your business is causing those issues, because it could be a number of things. So yes, planning a little tool-y type thing that you can, that will help you work out what area of your business you actually need to work and focus on at the moment. So that will be coming soon, hopefully. So thanks so much for joining me, guys, and I hope you found that helpful. What I would really love for you to do is, if you want to post a comment below, if you have ever thought about your customer journey more than just, yes, they buy the thing and then I send them the thing, then tell us about it. Tell us what your customer journey looks like, where they come from, how you're getting the traffic in, how you're getting the customers, and how you're building that relationship afterwards. If you've never done it, which I would assume probably most of you haven't, which is completely fine because it's one of the million things that we need to do as business owners. But if you haven't done it, what I would love for you to do is just post below and say, nope, haven't done it. And then I would love to be able to send you something to help you do that in the future. So for the Makers Academy training next month, I'm actually doing this customer journey as one of the trainings, and what I'll do is make a little mini guide to go with it, and I'm happy to send that to anyone who needs a little bit of help with their customer journey. And so that will help you put it all together and make sure that you know where people are coming from and where they're going and how you're looking after them. Okay, hope you found this helpful. If you did, please share it with your friends or just leave a comment below letting me know what you think. And yeah, thanks so much, guys. I'll see you next week. Bye.